The Gorn's miscalculation. In the distant reaches of space, where galaxies swirl and star systems collide, a mighty empire known as the Gorn ruled with an iron fist. Their conquests had spread across the cosmos, crushing worlds beneath their booted feet and bringing entire civilizations to their knees. To the Gorn, the universe was theirs to command, and they held no respect for the lesser species they deemed insignificant. One such species was Earth's inhabitants, humans. The Gorn had heard tales of this primitive planet, situated in a seemingly insignificant corner of the galaxy. Their scouts had reported back with images of a world teeming with unadvanced beings, using crude technology and primitive weapons. The Gorn High Council, amused by these primitive creatures, dismissed them as no threat. Why bother with Earth when there were more prosperous, advanced worlds to conquer? This arrogance was their grave mistake. It all began with a single Gorn scout ship sent to establish dominance. Their mission was clear: demonstrate their superiority by annihilating an unarmed human cargo vessel. Captain Thar, a ruthless leader among the Gorn, believed this would be a simple display of strength. But in their cruelty, the Gorn overlooked one crucial factor: the unyielding spirit of humanity. The human vessel was not entirely defenseless. On board was an engineer named Donald Scott, whose ingenuity and determination were about to change the course of their fateful encounter. As the Gorn scout ship boarded and captured the human cargo vessel, they expected the humans to cower. Instead, they found themselves faced with a defiant engineer who would not be so easily subdued. Inside the interrogation chamber, Thar's cruel taunts were met with defiant silence. Donald Scott, though shackled, harbored a fierce resolve. As the Gorn captain mocked the humans' apparent weakness, Scott's mind raced. With a hidden multi-tool, he managed to free himself and his crew. The chaos that ensued was swift and brutal. Henderson, the ship's security officer, seized a Gorn plasma rifle, while Tanaka, a combat specialist, engaged in hand-to-hand combat with ruthless efficiency. In a matter of minutes, the once mighty Gorn scout ship was a scene of carnage, with the humans emerging victorious. Their escape was a triumph born from desperation and ingenuity. As they commandeered a Gorn shuttle, they had only one thought: return to Earth and warn their people of the looming threat. Back on Earth, their arrival was met with a mix of disbelief and urgency. The UEDF, United Earth Defense Force, took the information seriously, understanding that their primitive defenses were no match for the Gorn's advanced technology. Dr. Robert Simmons, an expert on alien technology, was astonished by the Gorn weaponry. He knew that Earth's survival hinged on understanding their enemy's strength and exploiting their weaknesses. Meanwhile, on the Gorn homeworld, Emperor Krak seethed with rage upon learning of the humans' defiance and the theft of their technology. The insult could not go unanswered. He ordered the mobilization of every ship in their fleet, vowing to crush Earth beneath their claws and make the humans pay dearly for their insolence. The Gorn Armada, a formidable force of warships bristling with advanced weaponry, set a course for Earth. The invasion was imminent, and the UEDF was faced with a daunting challenge. Their ships were outclassed, and their weapons were inferior. Yet, surrender was not an option. As the Gorn fleet approached, Admiral Sarah Thompson, a seasoned leader of the UEDF, made a critical decision. Her resolve was unwavering. She knew that Earth's only chance lay in a decisive strategic response. With the data provided by Scott and his team, the UEDF prepared for a battle that would determine the fate of their world. The stage was set for a conflict that would shake the galaxy. Earth stood on the brink of annihilation, but the indomitable spirit of humanity was ready to face the challenge. In the cold expanse of space, the battle lines were drawn, and the future of Earth hung in the balance. The Gorn's relentless assault. The Gorn Armada loomed large over Earth, casting long shadows of impending doom across the planet. Their warships, sleek and menacing, bristled with advanced weaponry, promising a devastating assault. The UEDF was prepared for a fight, but they knew the odds were grim. With Earth's defenses strained to their limits, every decision had to be precise, every strategy carefully executed. Admiral Sarah Thompson stood on the bridge of the UEDF flagship, the Valor, her eyes fixed on the holographic display showing the approaching Gorn fleet. The cold, calculated determination in her gaze was a reflection of the resolve within her heart. She had seen the desperation in the eyes of her crew and knew they were ready to face the impossible. Yet the knowledge that their world was at stake added a weight to her command. Meanwhile, the Gorn were not wasting any time. Emperor Krak, a figure of imposing stature with scales as dark as space itself, issued orders with ruthless efficiency. His plan was to subdue Earth swiftly and decisively. The initial phase of the assault began with a barrage of long-range plasma cannons, aimed at crippling Earth's primary defense systems. The initial strikes were devastating. The Earth Defense Grid, a network of orbital platforms designed to intercept enemy attacks, struggled to counter the overwhelming firepower of the Gorn ships. The blasts tore through the satellites, scattering debris, and leaving the defense network in disarray. The UEDF scrambled to mount a counteroffensive, deploying their remaining interceptors to protect vital installations. Among the chaos, one crucial decision by Admiral Thompson proved pivotal. She had anticipated the Gorn strategy and ordered the deployment of the Horizon, a stealth cruiser armed with experimental cloaking technology. The Horizon was tasked with a critical mission: infiltrate the Gorn Armada and disable their flagship, the Onyx Tyrant, which served as the command center for Emperor Krak's operations. The mission was fraught with danger. The Horizon, led by Captain Emily Drake, slipped through the Gorn defenses with a combination of stealth and daring. As they approached the Onyx Tyrant, the crew braced themselves for a high-stakes boarding operation. The stealth cruiser's advanced technology allowed them to bypass most of the enemy's outer defenses, but the real challenge lay within the heart of the Gorn warship. Captain Drake and her team, equipped with a mix of human ingenuity and Gorn technology, launched a daring boarding assault. The Gorn flagship, a vessel of enormous size and firepower, was a labyrinth of corridors and armored bulkheads. As they fought their way through the Gorn soldiers, the team encountered fierce resistance, but their resolve remained unshaken. Inside the command center of the Onyx Tyrant, Emperor Krak observed the battle through a holographic display. His rage was palpable, his frustration at the humans' audacity only fueling his desire for vengeance. As the Gorn troops fought to repel the intruders, Krak ordered his own elite guards to secure the command center and eliminate the human threat. The clash within the command center was intense. Captain Drake's team, though heavily outnumbered, utilized their advanced training and superior tactics to gain the upper hand. As they fought through the last line of Gorn defenders, they managed to breach the central control room. With a combination of precision strikes and clever maneuvers, they succeeded in planting a series of explosive charges. The charges were set to detonate in a matter of minutes. The team's success was bittersweet, as they knew they had to escape quickly. As they made their way back to the Horizon, the Gorn flagship erupted in a brilliant explosion, its command structure and most of its internal systems reduced to rubble. The blast sent shockwaves through the Gorn fleet, disrupting their coordination and giving the UEDF a brief reprieve. The destruction of the Onyx Tyrant was a significant blow to the Gorn, but it was far from the end of the conflict. The Gorn Armada, though disoriented, continued its relentless assault on Earth. Admiral Thompson, aware of the temporary advantage, rallied her forces for a counteroffensive. With the Gorn command ship destroyed, the remaining Gorn vessels were slightly more vulnerable, but the UEDF's resources were still stretched thin. The battle for Earth was far from over. As the UEDF regrouped and prepared for the next phase of their defense, the determination of humanity was tested like never before. The relentless assault by the Gorn had shown no signs of abating, and the stakes had never been higher. The indomitable spirit of humanity was about to face its greatest challenge yet: the turning tide. The destruction of the Onyx Tyrant had thrown the Gorn Armada into disarray, that the Gorn were a tenacious race, and their resilience was not to be underestimated. With their flagship gone, the Gorn fleet's coordination faltered, creating an opening that the UEDF was determined to exploit. Admiral Sarah Thompson recognized the opportunity and quickly devised a plan to turn the tide of the battle. The strategy involved a two-pronged approach: a bold offensive to push back the Gorn forces and a series of covert operations to undermine their remaining command structure. The UEDF launched Operation Phoenix, a coordinated assault designed to hit the Gorn fleet from multiple angles. Using the disruption caused by the loss of the Onyx Tyrant, they deployed a fleet of agile destroyers and stealth fighters to target the Gorn warship's weak points. The initial attacks were precise and devastating, aimed at crippling the enemy's capacity to launch coordinated strikes. As the battle raged, Captain Emily Drake and her team aboard the Horizon were not resting on their laurels. Their mission had not ended with the destruction of the flagship. They were now tasked with gathering intelligence on Gorn reinforcements and supply lines. They infiltrated a series of Gorn supply ships and discovered a hidden staging area where the Gorn were assembling a new wave of warships and troops. The information obtained was critical. The UEDF's intelligence team quickly analyzed the data and determined that the Gorn were planning a major offensive to overwhelm Earth's remaining defenses. Armed with this knowledge, Admiral Thompson ordered a preemptive strike on the staging area. The attack was swift and brutal, disrupting the Gorn's plans and destroying a significant portion of their reinforcements. With the Gorn's momentum significantly reduced, the UEDF capitalized on their newfound advantage. The tide of battle began to shift as Earth's defenders pushed back with renewed vigor. The Gorn, now facing a more determined and organized resistance, struggled to maintain their offensive. The once unyielding Gorn armada found itself on the defensive for the first time in the conflict. In the midst of the battle, a sense of unity and purpose emerged among the UEDF forces. The stakes were higher than ever, and the reality of their situation galvanized the troops. Soldiers, pilots, and engineers worked together seamlessly, driven by a shared determination to protect their home. As the weeks passed, the UEDF continued to press the advantage. The Gorn, though still formidable, were no longer the unstoppable force they once were. The human ingenuity and resilience that had been a hallmark of the UEDF strategy began to shine through. They utilized advanced tactics and technology to outmaneuver and outfight their alien adversaries. Yet the Gorn were not easily defeated. Emperor Crack, though frustrated by the setbacks, refused to concede. He rallied his remaining forces and orchestrated a desperate counteroffensive to reclaim the initiative. The final stages of the battle would be a test of endurance and resolve for both sides. The UEDF prepared for the final confrontation with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. The battle for Earth had reached its climax, and every decision, every move, would be critical. Admiral Thompson and her team knew that the outcome of this final engagement would determine the fate of their planet. As the Gorn fleet regrouped for one last assault, the UEDF rallied their forces for a decisive confrontation. The stage was set for the final showdown, where the determination of humanity would be put to the ultimate test. The final assault. The day of the final confrontation dawned with a grim determination on both sides. Earth's defenders, battle-worn but resolute, prepared for what they knew would be the ultimate test of their resolve. The Gorn armada, regrouped and rearmed, was poised to deliver a decisive blow that could turn the tide back in their favor. Admiral Sarah Thompson stood on the bridge of the Defiant, her gaze fixed on the tactical display. The UEDF fleet was arrayed in a defensive formation, ready to meet the Gorn in a battle that would decide the fate of Earth. Her mind raced through the strategies and contingencies, each one crucial to the success of their defense. The Gorn, led by Emperor Crack, approached with a force that seemed insurmountable. The Gorn ships, battered but still formidable, moved in a tight formation, their weapons primed for the assault. The sheer scale of the Gorn armada was intimidating, a testament to the Emperor's determination to crush the human resistance once and for all. As the Gorn fleet closed in, The UEDF forces initiated their countermeasures. A barrage of energy beams and missiles erupted from Earth's defenses, creating a wall of fire that met the Gorn ships head-on. The initial exchanges were fierce, with both sides exchanging devastating blows. The UEDF's advanced weaponry and tactics were pushed to their limits, but they held their ground, determined to protect their home. Amidst the chaos of the battle, Captain Emily Drake and her team aboard the Horizon played a crucial role. They had been tasked with a high-risk mission to penetrate the Gorn fleet and deliver a critical payload that could turn the tide of the battle. The mission was to deploy a series of experimental devices designed to disrupt the Gorn's command and control systems. Navigating through the maelstrom of combat, the Horizon dodged and weaved through the wreckage of destroyed ships, heading straight for the heart of the Gorn formation. The crew worked with precision, their focus unyielding despite the danger surrounding them. As they approached their target, they launched the devices, which quickly began to interfere with the Gorn systems. The disruption was immediate and profound. The Gorn fleet's coordination faltered as their command networks were thrown into disarray. Ships collided and communication channels were jammed, creating confusion and chaos among the Gorn ranks. The UEDF seized the opportunity, intensifying their assault and exploiting the Gorn's weakened state. The battle reached a crescendo of intensity. The UEDF's ships, spurred by the advantage, pressed the attack with renewed vigor. The Gorn, now struggling to regroup and recover from the disruptions, fought desperately to maintain their ground. The tide of the battle was shifting, and it became clear that the Gorn's plan to overwhelm Earth was faltering. Amidst the chaos, Emperor Crack issued a final desperate order. He commanded his fleet to launch a series of suicidal attacks, intending to cause as much damage as possible, even if it meant sacrificing their remaining ships. The Gorn ships, now acting with reckless abandon, charged towards the UEDF fleet with their weapons blazing. Admiral Thompson, aware of the danger, coordinated a defensive maneuver to counter the Gorn's desperate attacks. The UEDF fleet formed a tight defensive perimeter, focusing their firepower on the incoming Gorn vessels. The clash was fierce, with explosions and energy beams lighting up the void. In the midst of the battle, Captain Emily Drake and her team continued their mission, working to ensure that their devices remained effective and that the Gorn's command structure remained disrupted. Their efforts played a crucial role in the unfolding victory, as the Gorn's ability to coordinate their attacks continued to deteriorate. As the final Gorn ships were driven back or destroyed, the battle began to wind down. The UEDF forces, though exhausted, stood victorious. The Gorn Armada, once a formidable threat, was now in retreat, their plans for Earth thwarted by the resilience and ingenuity of humanity. The battle's aftermath was both a moment of triumph and a sobering reminder of the cost of war. The UEDF had defended their home and secured a hard-fought victory, but the scars of the conflict would remain. The Gorn, though defeated, would not easily forget their encounter with humanity, and the galaxy would remember the day when Earth's defenders stood firm against an overwhelming force. As the UEDF forces began the process of recovery and rebuilding, the resolve of Earth's people remained unshaken. The victory was a testament to their strength and unity, a shining example of humanity's ability to rise to any challenge. The battle for Earth had been won, but the fight for the future was far from over. The universe was a vast and uncertain place, and humanity's journey was just beginning. The aftermath and new alliances. With the Gorn Armada retreating and the immediate threat to Earth averted, the aftermath of the conflict began to unfold. The UEDF forces, though victorious, were faced with the monumental task of recovering from the extensive damage inflicted during the battle. The wreckage of war littered the space around Earth, a stark reminder of the fierce struggle they had endured. Admiral Sarah Thompson convened a strategic meeting with her senior officers aboard the Defiant. The atmosphere was a mix of relief and somber reflection. The victory had come at a cost, and the path forward required careful planning and coordination. The battle is over, but the road to recovery will be long. Admiral Thompson began, her voice carrying the weight of the recent conflict. We need to assess the damage, both to our fleet and to our defenses. It's crucial that we reinforce our positions and ensure that we're prepared for any potential threats that might emerge. Captain Emily Drake, who had played a pivotal role in the final stages of the battle, spoke up. Our experimental devices were a success, but we need to analyze their performance in detail. There might be further applications or improvements we can make. Also, the Gorn's retreat could mean they're regrouping for a potential second wave, or it could signal their shift in strategy. As the UEDF focused on recovery and rebuilding, diplomatic efforts began to take shape. The battle against the Gorn had captured the attention of many other civilizations in the galaxy. The actions of Earth's defenders had sparked a shift in perceptions, leading to new opportunities for alliances and cooperation. One of the first to reach out was the Vasari Coalition, a prominent interstellar federation known for their advanced technology and diplomatic influence. They had observed the battle and were impressed by the resolve and capability of humanity's forces. A delegation from the Vasari arrived at Earth to offer support and discuss potential collaboration. The Vasari ambassador, a dignified and authoritative figure named Ilaris, met with Admiral Thompson and other key leaders. Your people have shown remarkable courage and resilience, Ilaris said, his voice carrying an air of respect. The Vasari Coalition extends our congratulations and offers our assistance in your recovery efforts. We believe that a partnership between our civilizations could be mutually beneficial. The offer of support was welcomed, and discussions between the Vasari and UEDF representatives quickly moved forward. The Vasari provided advanced technology to aid in the reconstruction of damaged infrastructure and offered strategic insights to bolster Earth's defense capabilities. In return, the UEDF shared their experiences and knowledge gained from the conflict, contributing to a stronger foundation for mutual cooperation. As the diplomatic dialogue continued, another unexpected development occurred. The Saren Empire, a reclusive and enigmatic civilization that had remained largely isolated from galactic affairs, initiated contact with Earth. The Sarens had observed the recent conflict and were intrigued by humanity's role in the galactic stage. A Saren envoy, clad in flowing robes and exuding an aura of ancient wisdom, arrived to meet with Earth's leaders. We have long kept to the shadows, the envoy stated, but the events of the past weeks have compelled us to reconsider our stance. Humanity's actions have demonstrated qualities that we value: courage, ingenuity, and determination. We seek to understand your people better and explore potential avenues for collaboration. The Saren's proposal was met with cautious optimism. The UEDF leaders recognized the potential benefits of engaging with such a mysterious and influential civilization. The opportunity to gain insights from the Sarens and forge new relationships was seen as a valuable addition to Earth's growing network of alliances. As the days turned into weeks, the efforts to rebuild and strengthen Earth's position continued. The collaboration with the Vasari Coalition and the Saren Empire began to yield tangible results, enhancing Earth's technology and strategic capabilities. The UEDF, now bolstered by these new alliances, looked to the future with renewed confidence. The victory over the Gorn was more than just a military success. It was a turning point that reshaped humanity's place in the galaxy. The newfound alliances and diplomatic relationships opened doors to a broader range of opportunities and challenges. Earth's role in the galactic community had evolved, and the path forward was filled with both promise and uncertainty. As Earth's defenders returned to their daily lives, they carried with them the knowledge that their actions had not only secured their world, but had also set the stage for a new era of interstellar engagement. The journey ahead would be marked by both cooperation and conflict, but humanity was ready to face whatever came next. Unraveling the Gorn's secrets. The aftermath of the conflict with the Gorn had left Earth's leaders with numerous questions. Despite their victory, many were left wondering about the true nature of their adversaries and the reasons behind their aggression. The UEDF, with the assistance of their new allies, embarked on a mission to uncover the secrets of the Gorn and understand their motives. The Vasari Coalition provided advanced analytical tools and data processing systems, which were instrumental in dissecting the remnants of Gorn technology. The UEDF scientists, now equipped with cutting-edge resources, began a meticulous examination of the captured Gorn vessels and equipment. The aim was to gain insight into the Gorn's technological capabilities and uncover any hidden agendas. Dr. Angela Ramirez, a leading scientist in the UEDF Research Division, spearheaded the effort. She and her team worked tirelessly, examining every component of the Gorn technology. Their breakthrough came when they discovered a series of encrypted data logs embedded within the Gorn command ship's mainframe. These logs could be the key to understanding why the Gorn attacked us, Dr. Ramirez explained to Admiral Thompson and her team. If we can decrypt this data, we might find answers about their objectives and the larger context of their aggression. The process of decrypting the logs was complex and time-consuming, but with the combined expertise of the UEDF and Vasari scientists, progress was made. As the data began to unravel, a disturbing picture emerged. The Gorn were not merely a rogue faction seeking conquest. Their aggression was part of a larger strategy involving a network of powerful and ancient civilizations. The logs revealed that the Gorn were part of a galactic coalition known as the Dominion of the Void, a secretive and formidable alliance with a history of expanding its influence through coercion and conflict. The Dominion was known for its ruthless approach to achieving dominance and had been orchestrating conflicts across the galaxy to weaken potential threats to their control. The Gorn's attack on Earth was a calculated move to assess the strength and resolve of humanity and to gauge the potential for future expansion. The Dominion saw Earth as a strategic asset in their grand scheme, and the recent battle was just one phase in a larger plan. The revelation shocked the UEDF leadership. The existence of such a powerful and clandestine organization posed a significant threat to not only Earth, but to the broader galactic community. The knowledge of the Dominion's involvement underscored the importance of the new alliances and the need for heightened vigilance. Admiral Thompson convened a high-level strategy session with representatives from the Vasari Coalition and the Saran Empire. The focus was on developing a coordinated response to the emerging threat posed by the Dominion of the Void. "We've uncovered disturbing information about the Gorn's true intentions," Admiral Thompson began. "The Dominion of the Void is a formidable enemy with a history of aggressive expansion. We need to prepare for a potential escalation and strengthen our defensive and diplomatic strategies." Ilaris, the Vasari ambassador, nodded in agreement. "The Vasari Coalition is prepared to assist in any way necessary. We have experience dealing with the Dominion's tactics and can provide valuable insights into their strategies. Our collaboration will be crucial in countering their influence." The Saran envoy added, "The Saran Empire has observed the Dominion for centuries. Our knowledge of their methods and motivations will be shared to enhance our collective defense. We must unite our strengths to counter this threat effectively." With a renewed sense of purpose, the Allied forces began to develop a comprehensive strategy to address the Dominion's threat. The plan involved enhancing Earth's defensive capabilities, expanding intelligence operations, and fostering stronger diplomatic ties with other galactic civilizations. The goal was to build a coalition capable of resisting and countering the Dominion's ambitions. In the following weeks, the UEDF and their allies worked tirelessly to implement their strategy. New defensive systems were developed, and intelligence networks were established to monitor potential Dominion activities. The focus was not only on preparing for possible conflicts, but also on forging alliances with other civilizations that might be threatened by the Dominion. The efforts paid off as Earth's position in the galaxy continued to strengthen. The collaborative spirit between humanity, the Vasari Coalition, and the Saran Empire set a precedent for future interstellar cooperation. The alliance became a symbol of hope and resilience, demonstrating that even in the face of formidable threats, unity and determination could pave the way for a brighter future. As the new alliances took shape and preparations for potential conflicts advanced, Earth's leaders remained vigilant. The battle against the Gorn had revealed the complexities of the galactic stage, and the challenges ahead would require a unified and strategic approach. The journey to safeguard Earth and the broader galaxy had only just begun. A new dawn. The formation of the Interstellar Alliance marked the beginning of a new chapter for Earth and its allies. The collaborative efforts of the UEDF, the Vasari Coalition, and the Saran Empire laid the foundation for a united front against the looming threat of the Dominion of the Void. The atmosphere of hope and determination permeated through the ranks of the Allied forces, signaling the dawn of a new era. In the months following the Gorn conflict, the UEDF focused on integrating advanced technologies and strategies from their allies. The newly developed defensive systems, incorporating Vasari and Saran innovations, significantly enhanced Earth's readiness. The Earth Defense Command became a hub of interstellar coordination, with representatives from various species working side by side to strengthen their collective security. Dr. Angela Ramirez and her team continued their research, now shifting their focus to understanding the broader implications of the Dominion of the Void. Their work revealed further details about the Dominion's influence across the galaxy. The Dominion's network was vast, encompassing numerous star systems and civilizations under its shadow. The challenge was not only to defend against direct threats, but also to counteract the Dominion's pervasive influence. Admiral Thompson, having observed the resilience and ingenuity of humanity and its allies, took on the role of leading the newly formed Galactic Defense Coalition. His leadership was instrumental in fostering collaboration and preparing for potential confrontations with the Dominion. The coalition's efforts extended beyond military preparedness. Diplomatic channels were actively engaged to build alliances with other civilizations that might be threatened by the Dominion. The coalition's message of unity and resistance resonated across the galaxy, leading to an increased number of supportive allies joining the cause. One of the key diplomatic successes was the establishment of the Galactic Council, a forum for dialogue and cooperation among member civilizations. The Council aimed to promote peace, share intelligence, and coordinate collective defense strategies. Earth's representation in the Council was a testament to its growing influence and the respect earned from its interstellar peers. As Earth's position in the galaxy continued to strengthen, the human spirit of exploration and curiosity remained undiminished. The victory over the Gorn and the formation of the Galactic Defense Coalition were celebrated as milestones in humanity's journey among the stars. Yet the sense of adventure and the quest for knowledge drove humanity to continue exploring new frontiers. In a symbolic gesture of peace and unity, the UEDF organized a series of joint missions with their allies to explore uncharted regions of space. These missions aimed to foster mutual understanding, discover new worlds, and demonstrate the collaborative spirit that defined the new era. One such mission, led by Captain Elena Rodriguez and her Vasari counterpart, Commander Jorik, ventured into a previously unexplored sector of the galaxy. The mission was not only a scientific endeavor, but also a demonstration of the newfound camaraderie among species. As the exploration vessel, the Eclipse Horizon, ventured into the uncharted region, it encountered breathtaking phenomena and mysterious celestial bodies. The shared experiences of discovery and wonder forged stronger bonds between the crew members of different species. The mission highlighted the potential for interstellar cooperation beyond the realm of conflict. Back on Earth, the successes of the coalition were reflected in the optimism and enthusiasm of the public. The achievements were celebrated in grand ceremonies, and the stories of bravery and collaboration were shared across media channels. Humanity's resilience and adaptability had proven that they were a force to be reckoned with, not only in the face of adversity, but also in their quest for a better future. The legacy of the Gorn conflict and the formation of the Galactic Defense Coalition served as a reminder of the power of unity and the strength derived from diverse perspectives. The challenges ahead were formidable, but the Alliance was equipped with the knowledge, resources, and determination to confront them. As the galaxy looked toward the future, the dawn of a new era was marked by hope, cooperation, and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. The story of humanity's journey from isolation to interstellar unity became a testament to the boundless potential of collaboration and the indomitable spirit that defined their place in the cosmos. The narrative of their resilience and unity continued to inspire, driving humanity and its allies to explore, defend, and forge a future among the stars. The adventure had just begun, and the galaxy awaited the next chapters of their shared story.